So it is my turn this week to get turn the clock there, Iggy.
Yeah.
It is my turn this week to
sure?
do the food challenge here. Welcome to CTA. Eagle, Iggy, and your truly Mocon here in the shipping container.
You're so fucked.
You're so screwed.
So we're doing the pizza challenge this week.
By the way, just so you know,
Yes.
there's a rule where you're not supposed to swear on YouTube within the first minute, but
we
about
just
our
did.
first 45 seconds are just music, and I swore at 102. I'm a pro.
Yeah, you are a pros pro there, Eagle. Welcome into CTA as we are now in the final week of. Is this the final week? Yeah, it is, eh?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
You have 2
coming
more
up.
weeks.
Well, this week ends on Saturday, starts on Sunday. Sunday will be the
Okay,
last
so
week.
this is the second to last week. Well, whatever. It's last week. We're going to last week. It is the second to last week or last week here. We're getting now to the nitty gritty, and we'll break it down for you here and call in the Audible. Just some announcements to do before we get into the pizza challenge, which I will be devouring hopefully in half an hour's time. I got to do what
You will not.
whole pizza in half an hour. We'll find out
Whole
if I can
pizza
or
in
not.
half an hour.
Yeah, my stomach's going to take a real beating on the way home. Okay, so let's just dive into it here. Winter registration, we are on our way. We have a date set now. Are we officially in the registration zone here? What's going on here?
it's open.
It is live.
It is live now because I had Rich Boy Mondesier send me like a weird like Facebook message saying, "Yo, it's closed." I'm like, "Huh? What the hell's going on?" But Eagle, explain to us the process. So for those who are trying to get themselves signed up for 2024, please.
Yep. So it's actually very simple. On the right-hand side, you have a sign-up option. Go under the winter registration. You have 2 options. You can either register a full team, be a captain, or if you don't have any friends or you want to try out FPF and you like our podcast, if you're listening to this, by the way, thank you. You go ahead and register for individual registration. There's a whole free agent combine program that we offer as well. So you get either added to an existing team, or if there's enough hogposhes, misfits, whatever you want to call it, we'll throw you all together and create a free agent team. So fill in your information, team name, your actual name, email, address, all the usual contact information. On the roster tab, this is where you type your players in. So, for example, let's say we would have Mocon. He would be our quarterback. No, he wouldn't. And then we would actually go through the breakdown of everyone else. Let's say Ignacio. Let's say me. Let's say who
Peasy.
else is there? No, we're not having Peas on our team. What are you talking about?
Chris Millard.
No, I'm thinking real people. What are you talking about?
Oh, he's superhero. He's like a.
Do you have to eat the crust?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
You're screwed. You're so screwed.
Who else on our staff that's useful?
It only starts when I take the first slice out of it.
GM. Oh, he was already there.
Anyway,
Jeremy
the
White.
point- the point is that you gotta get 6 minimum. and-
Fine, we'll add Paolo. But yeah, basically, once you add your people, you're going to start noticing that people are going to turn red. So the way this works is, and if you haven't done this before, just in case, the top 6 offensive players and the top 6 defensive players from a ratings perspective will count towards your maximum cap. This will then limit which divisions you can register for, but also keep in mind whoever your quarterback is has QB caps. So just make sure this over here is not restricted because we don't actually force you to pick who your quarterback is on registration. Just make sure whoever it's going to be, their quarterback cap is under the cap for the division you're going to select. So, for example, even I can register Division 4. Let's say Ignacio was our quarterback, which he is not in this example because I picked him as the wide receiver. That would be okay, but if I were to take him off
And add me back in.
and add him back on as a quarterback, well, technically we wouldn't be able to play Division 4 because he's over the 78 cap at
Oh, boy.
84.
That's not
Technically,
good.
we'd borderline be able to play Division 3. So,
Yep.
so this is how the registration works. Keep in mind, co-ed, 3 men, 3 women, I'll say minimum on that arrangement. It'll still be top 6 on offense and defense, so we'll see how that goes. If ever you want to register for a division and you don't fit or you feel like you should fit, there's a link up here you can click on, launches a form. You can go ahead and fill this in, and this submits a rating request review. So name, email, phone number, how we reach out to you, whether it's a team or individual request. So is it a team trying to fit a division, or are you yourself wanting to come back in? You had major surgery, or you've been gone for years, you just want to get adjusted, so use that one. Division. And then if you're doing a team, upload your roster into here so we can actually take a look at this picture. So then we can get an understanding of what you're looking for. Usually it takes anywhere between 24 to 72 hours to get back to you. Within the last day, we've gotten about 20 requests already, so expect a little bit more time for us to process them, but that's generally how that works.
And don't forget, be ready to send, as Eagle made the point before, be ready to send your ratings as soon as possible because there's a lot that comes in that we have to filter out, in particular for guys who do that stuff. Eagle, you're overseeing it, but it's Iggy, Alexis Dubois in particular. So, guys, please make sure, and even if you don't know that's been sent, just ask us, hey, did you receive our request for player X, Y, or Z, or team A, B, or C, and we can look for it and make sure if we didn't, resend it because we want to make sure you guys are in the proper division and also to make sure that you guys have your roster to your liking going towards winter 2024.
Please
Also,
make sure to confirm this, yes, because our fine has gone up an extra $50 for
Yep.
late notice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just going to say inflation for gas prices.
Yeah, exactly.
Read our code of conduct, read our rule book with the updated rules, read the roster regulations, make sure that's all good, and this is all good, and then you hit the register button, and you Gucci. Also, don't forget, Sportier is our official uniform supplier. Place your orders now if you want to get them early on. It's wonderful. I know there's a link here somewhere. I just got to find it.
On the slider. Yep.
Yeah, don't forget the best fit promo as well.
There we go. So click on this. This will send you into, and also you get a little notification once you register. But you can go ahead and order stuff. There's some really cheap ones too. There's some that are full kits that you can order, and some of them are much more reasonable. So, for example, these ones are like $13.
You know, they got to change that shoulder stripe thing, man. That piping's got to go, bro. That's like 2003.
It is now. They have the Cosmo one on the left hand side of it.
Yep. So there's a few different options here. If you want to get full sublimation, you can actually have a custom jersey submitted as well, which is really nice. There's reversible ones. So there's a lot of options for you that you can actually do. So see if you like something new and then order it. Also, you can go to Sport Experts and get Habs jerseys. That also works.
Yeah, T-shirts, player T-shirts, of course.
But definitely Sportera, great supplier. The earlier you order, the faster they come in. We give you a little bit of grace period anyways, though. But get your orders in.
Okay.
One more thing, Eagle. QB Flex, quickly.
Yes, QB Flex.
Because
QB
you're
Flex
talking
is
like-
a concept for some divisions. It's always processed as the first division of its type that has a quarterback cap, which will be Division 2, Co-Ed 2.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Those ones over there, if you register with a quarterback who's over the quarterback cap, you take a penalty against your overall team roster by 1 point for every 0.2 that your quarterback is over by. So if your quarterback's over the divisional cap by 1 point, that's a 5-point penalty on your roster. So keep that in mind, but it basically allows for some of our higher tier quarterbacks, the ones that excel, to play, for example, in Division 2 in a different team, but forces them to work with a smaller roster on top of the fact that that divisional cap is a little bit lower. So makes it a little bit more competitive.
All right. It's the BuzzFit promo, and at the 9-minute mark of this show is when I begin my quest to devour this pizza. So I have a minute here. Here we go.
Hey FPF players, looking to take your fitness to the next level? BuzzFit Gyms has a special offer just for you. Join us today with no initiation costs. Get ready to score big in the gym and on the field. Visit us at BuzzFit Gyms and seize this exclusive deal now.
Get ripped. And by that, I mean eat a bunch of pizza.
Yeah, I know. At the 9-minute mark is when I begin. So I have a half an hour to finish this pizza box to my left, courtesy of Agostino's and RDP. Yeah.
Very good pizza.
I mean, not courtesy. I paid for it.
Thank you, Eagle. Thank you, Eagle. That's very kind of you.
But it's good pizza.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll make it up from our wedding gifts for you in June. Okay, so I'm going to dive into this. And so I'm going to be kind of in and out of the show for the next half an hour as Iggy will carry the load here. So here we go. I'm diving in. And Iggy, take over the show, my friend.
All right. Mokan, get ready to die tonight. That is, I'm already at 2 slices and like I'm already a little full. Mo, we begin this calling the Audible segment with co-ed divisions 1 and 2.
Technically tiers.
Yeah, well, co-ed, there's not a tiered of co-ed. It's just co-ed 1 and 2.
Tiers.
Tier 1 of co-ed. So if we look at in co-ed 1, Mr. Mokan.
Tier.
Co-ed 1.
Tier.
It's just co-ed 1.
You want to bet?
Co-ed tier 1, god damn it. So easy fun, got a big victory on Wednesday night over Deep Balls, propelling them to the number 1 seed right now. Kiss My End Zone are right behind them. What are the odds? Oh, already going for slip. Hey, the crust included.
Oh.
Okay. What are the odds here that Kiss My End Zone end up as the number 1 seed? Let's talk about that, and let's talk about the importance of a number 1 seed. Because, again, all teams make playoffs. So what exactly does a number 1 seed benefit?
So Kiss My End
anyone?
Zone is playing deep balls, just to put in perspective, who are currently sitting in last place. That would likely be a win, and if so, it's a tie break. And if it's a tie break, who has head-to-head?
Kiss My End Zone, because they got a victory over Easy Fun in the regular season.
Which would mean that they would play the 4 seed as opposed to playing the 3 seed. So in this current situation, they avoid Easy Fun and end up playing likely the IG team.
Hey, would you want to play them?
Interesting.
I don't know if you want to play them.
Interesting. I think no. Okay, so I think the immediate answer is no, but I'm gonna say yes. I would want to play the IG team because it's double elimination. So you kind of get it because we played them way back in week 1. So it's been a while since I played against this team overall. And plus, it's just been a while since we played. This lull in the schedule is really difficult for teams to just come back on a dime and start playing at 100% like they were 2-3 weeks ago. I recently had a game just yesterday after that said 2-3 week absence. And while, we put up, it was a high scoring game and everything, it took some time to just iron out the wrinkles. So I would want to face the IG team because it's such a great rivalry, and I would want it renewed in case, we face them later down in the road again. I'd like a first crack at them without the pressure of lose and you're out. So for that reason, I would say actually I would want to face the IG team because they're likely, I think, a leading candidate to go to the finals.
I think so.
I think so is Kiss My End Zone. So it's a kind of finals preview without the pressure of having to lose and you're one and done.
So here's a pseudo interesting thing to consider. Deep balls and Kiss My End Zone play at 6 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
The IG team and Vultures play at 8 o'clock on
Right.
Sunday.
Yes.
So the IG team,
Could lose out the number 4 seed.
not only could they lose out, they can also choose their destiny, right? Because assuming, and this is how it's going to work, assuming Easy Fun are going to be the 1 seed,
Easy
The
Fun
IG
or Kiss My End Zone?
sorry, Kiss My End Zone is going to be the 1 seed. The IG team right now are currently in that 4th place,
Yep.
playing Vultures.
Yep.
If
which,
Vultures,
which they've already lost to
yeah,
earlier this season.
so if they win, they would get themselves potentially. I'm just going to check the POF matchup as well because that would technically be a tie at that point.
They beat the Plenty of Fish.
Right. So if IG team wins, they would go into 3rd place and play Easy Fun. If they force a tie, then they would stay where they are. And if they lose, then they end up with a tiebreak with the Vultures, of which, like you said, they lost to twice. So they could potentially, or they would have lost to twice at that point. So there's a little bit of strategy here in terms of do they actually want to avoid some of these teams and get, for example, the 5th spot, which will give them a bye at the beginning, and then they technically play the loser of the other games and the whole thing. But, maybe? Question mark?
Interesting. I
wouldn't do it.
Is the 5th seed maybe like I don't know about easiest path to the. I don't know about easiest, but I think you even if because look, they're all hard matchups. In theory, I wouldn't want to face IG team first round if it was one and done. I wouldn't want to play Plenty of Fish either. Like that's a really good team. The point is there are no easy teams to beat in the first round of the playoffs in the current format that we have it in.
But
So-
think of it from a different perspective. They can force Vultures into 4th place to play Kiss My End Zone so that they can play Vultures in a later round in the loser bracket to get an easier win, quote unquote.
I don't know if that's an easier win. That they would have lost to them twice in that scenario.
Yeah, but once on purpose.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing is I don't as much as we talk about certain teams have a better edge against others and it's a favorable matchup. I don't think that's the case here. I think any team can beat any team in co-ed 1. And that's what makes it a really interesting, at least for the, I'd say for the top five seeds. And Fit Squad's been on a tear. They started the season 0-3 or 0-4 and finished the season like 3-1 or 3-2. So they really had a redemption point in their season. It's just really going to be really fun for the playoff run here.
Mo,
How many slices are you at? You have 3 left. There's a bunch of crust on your plate. The crust will do you in. You'll be crusty as Mokan.
I think this is the most Mo gets paid on a per word basis
He's literally hasn't said a word in 3 minutes.
for the last 6 minutes.
All right, we move on to the aforementioned Plenty of Fish. I don't understand. They went 1-2 against Easy Fun and Kiss My End Zone. Okay, I understand now. So, in their matchups against Easy Fun and Kiss My End Zone, which are the number 1 and number 2 seeds right now, they went 1-2, and with an asterisk there. They actually went 2-1 against these top 2 teams because the last one was a administrative forfeit against Kiss My End Zone. So they actually beat Kiss My End Zone in their last matchup. Question is, Eagle, maybe Mokan, is Plenty of Fish an elite team? Are they elite? Eagle?
You're talking about the
Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, but the actual team on
Well-
paper or on the field?
Both.
So I think that's where I struggle with this because if you look at the roster, they have every piece they need
Yep.
to be competitive,
Yep.
right? You have a good defense, you have a good offense, you have good female receivers, you have speed, you have size.
The best rusher in the division,
Everything is there.
in the tier.
But it feels like there's something missing. Not on paper, but when you see them on the field, right? And that's the thing. I don't know if it's like can I call it a coaching thing? It's the mistake. They shouldn't be dropping the games they drop to with the talent they have because it's not like they're outskilled. So it feels like they're out schemed, which is strange because you have Seth Galina on this roster,
Yeah.
who is the scheming
Yeah.
of schemers, right?
Yeah.
So
The
I
guru,
don't
yeah.
know. I don't get it.
No, I disagree with you, Eagle. Their added piece, that added element you're talking about, they went and got out in free agency with Rocco Cristiano. They added him. He is a dynamic playmaker that this team has been missing. Always on paper, and I agree with you with your statement when we're talking about them in the past 2 seasons, spring and winter. They were always missing that little something. On paper, looked great, had every element, and they had the elements of a 6-2 or in a 10 game regular season of an 8-2, 7-3 team, and they would never quite get there. I wrote this early on in my articles. They would be at that 4-6, 5-5, just like wanting more. And the piece of Rocco Cristiano makes them, in my opinion, elite. To answer Mo Khan's question, Mo, do you have any comments on
Yeah, I
Plenty
do.
of Fish or the pizza?
I do. We're down to 2 slices now. I got crust to do. I got about 20 minutes left here. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
You've elapsed 9 minutes.
So I've eaten.
The last 2 are the hardest, they say.
Yeah, I think so. Take a little 2-minute break here.
Oh, I think taking a break is a mistake.
Nah. You got to pace yourself.
No halftime.
That was a show here.
Yeah. So Plenty of Fish, they're elite.
I think they are. The key for them will be how consistent can they be with the quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
We know who the quarterback is. He's my favorite player in the FBF, Mulder Cass. And if she can devise a game plan that's going to really play to the strengths of Plenty of Fish and what they have on the field for the chess pieces, then yeah, I think they are an elite team. I think they just had a glitch, obviously the administration decision, but I think at the end of the day, though, they're going to be a team that no one will want to play. I think IG Team and Plenty of Fish are the sort of that, they're sort of like the piranhas right now. They're not big, but they'll bite the bleep out of you, and I think they're going to be okay going towards the knockout rounds.
So should they change their name to Plenty of Piranhas? P.O.P.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right? They have great uniforms, by the way.
I really like them, actually.
But who's a Dolphins fan?
Yeah, I don't know. Because Dan Marceau has like an Eagles hat on. Not there in the picture, but like he often has an Eagles hat, so he's a brotherly shove there. I don't know. I don't know who the Dolphins fan is.
Ace Ventura,
Identify
maybe?
yourself.
Maybe that's Ace Ventura. I don't know. Maybe.
Ace Ventura. What do you? Someone said you only reference 90s movies, and God damn it, it's true.
Maybe Seth Galino.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Okay. In co-ed tier 2, the Predators, Step Bros, or Sub-Zero, do they either of these three teams have a chance to sneak in as a double elimination status team? Everyone, it's very much coveted double elimination status. Those three teams right now are on the 7th, 8th, and 9th seeds respectively. So where you need to be, as we can now see on the chart here, on the standings, need to be top 6. So can either of these Sub-Zero, Predators, or Step Bros make it in? You have a comment, Mo?
I do.
Yeah.
I was going to get my glasses on. Of course, I had to host your show.
Okay.
So, we spoke about Sub-Zero ad nauseum and how that loss that they had earlier this year to free agents will hurt them. No name, no more. But the team that I'm watching out for is Predators. We spoke about them last week.
Yep.
They got 2 games in hand, at least, right, on who's going to carry the boats here.
Right.
They went out. They will be as high as maybe 3 if things don't go the way of Kiss My Christmas balls and all that. But I think right now, Preds, and even with Step Bros too, if they can put together the final 2 wins in a row and get to that double side, which would be a lot tougher than what Preds have right now, then yeah, I think Preds is my team I'm going to circle to watch out for.
So let's break it down. You have Sub-Zero playing Step Bros. So that would be Sub-Zero's last game, but not necessarily Step Bros' last game, which it is actually. So scratch that. So do Sub-Zero come on top, and would they? Yeah, they would bounce over. Who's going to carry the boat? So do Sub-Zero beat Step Bros?
Yes, I think no. I think Step Bros beats Sub-Zero.
Okay, a little controversy. Okay,
Yeah.
So then you look at Step Bros would now be at 6 points. They then play, or actually play before they play free agents this coming Saturday at Brossard. So can they beat the? I forget Eagle. What Eagle used as the word? Just the conjunction of free agents.
The Island of Misfits Toys.
The Island of Misfit Toys, because you have pizza in your mouth. Can they beat the free agent squad? That's been pretty good team so far this season.
Free agent squad's tough.
Oh,
They gotten better.
okay. But you think
No,
what?
I think the Preds are going to sweep it.
That's not Predators. It's still Step Bros.
Oh,
we're on.
Step Bros, I beg your pardon. Step Bros will win that game.
Okay, so you think Step Bros will go 2-0 to finish the season?
Yeah.
That would propel them to 8 points, pushing them over who's going to carry the boat. And then when you look at Predators. Predators playing Ball Hard University first. Preds versus Ball Hard in the Stinger Dome.
Preds should win.
Okay. And then they play their Mexican counterparts, at least in Cesar Garcia Diaz, in Tigres. So do Predators or Tigres, the high-flying, fast-paced offensive Tigres, can they overcome them?
No.
No.
Preds will win.
So Predators take 1. That brings them to 8 points. So,
But I remember Tigres will go up to 10.
Right? Yes. And you're thinking Step Bros would get 8. So would Predators. They would both be 4-4, which we need to just look if they played each other. Predators against who am I? Against Step Bros, right? Predators, Step Bros. Predators 132-0. So Predators would be the team Mocon believes would make it to double elimination status.
I think so.
Okay. All right. And okay. And if it's gonna take 2 wins for Step Bros to get into the double elimination status, what is the number 1 reason why that's gonna happen? Is it quarterback play?
You really are trying to dodge me over here, trying to make me talk.
No, not at all.
Yeah, of course not.
Is it their strong defensive play? Is it the quarterback play of Pranav Sharma? Well, what is it exactly that you believe is gonna get Step Bros into the double elimination
Let
status.
me just get the roster here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I think of the 30-second break over here. Woo!
You have one more left.
One
Get
more
a pizza
slice.
update here. One more slice
And all the crust.
and all the crust, please. Don't.
Crust doesn't count as pizza, guys.
Yeah, no. We established
Excuse
this.
me.
We established this. Crust included.
Let me get the Step Bros here. Sorry, guys.
You're 4 minutes away from hitting the 20-minute mark on your pizza. So
Yeah.
you're doing well. You're doing okay on time. The break might just break you.
No, it won't. Actually, it gives me the second win over here. Okay, so look, here's what I'm going to really break it down for you right now.
Okay, do
Okay,
so.
so Step Bros right now, my concern for them is going to be their offense, right? When you think about what they've done so far, they are like the Las Vegas Raider offense. They've not scored more than 26 points in the season so far, the highest being 26, which they won against who's going to carry the boats. Otherwise, they've been held to pretty much in check, right? At less than 20 points 3 times this year. So the question is, you're right, Sharma as a quarterback, can he still elevate his profile and be much more, I guess, cutting edge, dynamic, bringing the ability to really probe defenses and get them in scoring position, because they're not going to win games if they can't score more than 26.
Or will they fire him?
I don't think so. Not on Tuesday.
Not on Halloween. Halloween's long and gone. So no, everyone keeps their job here. Mocon says Step Bros make it into double elimination. But at least we tried. Yes. If we look at another team that's been struggling on offense, in At Least We Tried, but really carrying the load of this team has been the team's defense. Can their defense jump this team as high as the number 2 seed, where right now it's currently occupied by Balls Deep, sitting at 5-2?
Balls Deep is a good team. Sorry.
End quote.
No, they are a good team. Look, this pizza is going to slow me down here, guys.
Yeah.
I got to really pace myself here. I got 13 minutes to go. Is it really 13 minutes to go?
Yeah, you have until 39.
You have 12 minutes.
Oh boy.
He's feeling it.
I'm not feeling anything, boys. Look, I love Balls Deep's quarterback play with Benjamin Carley. He's played well this year. Seen them play in terms of overall their attacking front. Sorry. They have there isn't a dynamic receiver on this team. It's more of a balance attack that they have. There isn't a guy that you're going to circle and say, okay, is it Xavier Paquette? Is it Nathan Vezina? No. It's that bounce attack which makes them more unpredictable. So I think in terms of where they're going to be going towards the knockout stage, I think that this is going to help them, because now you can say, hey, we know if we have that matchup, we can pick that matchup all the time. That could be a weak link on the opposing defenses moving forward here. So I do like how their offense is a bit unpredictable, and I love the balance that they go with.
Okay, but you're talking about Balls Deep, and the question was about At Least We Tried.
Oh, I think that was Balls Deep. Sorry, man.
Well, no, because At Least We Tried can jump into the number 2 spot,
And
which
they
is
do have the
currently occupied by Balls Deep.
And the other tiebreaker on Balls Deep as well.
There you go.
So look, here's the thing about At Least We Tried. iScore kept their game a while ago at Loyola. The quarterback is where I'm curious about, with Darryl Dorsley being the guy, right? Darryl Dorsley is a really good pass rusher. But him being a quarterback, it's been okay. I don't think it's been the most convincing effort by him.
It's been okay. Yeah.
Sheldon Valerie is the guy that he has a great rapport with, of course, from other co-ed teams he's played with. But I do love that a guy like Jimmy Lee Janvier he can lean on for the quarterback role. And if he can get that mentorship to continue forward here and get to understand to keep your reads simple and, you know what, take a shot when it's need be, that'll make Darryl a lot more dynamic. But right now, he just has not figured out the layers, the concepts, the steps, the stages to go through as a quarterback in this league gets.
So that brings up, are they going to win their games then? So they're facing free agents no more in Eagle right here, a defense that he's going to try and produce as many stops for Dallas Odom
And
as
if you remember the
possible.
spring season, they crushed Eagles' team.
Okay.
Did they?
And Drink Team.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
a-
those guys, yeah.
Yeah, with a different quarterback and all. So, how will they handle against free agents no more? Personally, I think that's a victory. I think they can. I think their goal in that game is to get a shutout and limit the points to 0 on the board. And then, So if they get that victory, propels them to 10 points. Again, they do have tiebreakers over both Balls Deep and Kiss My Christmas Balls. Are you sure they have a tiebreak over At Least We Tried? Yes, they At Least We Tried. Yes, they do. So they would naturally, just with that win this coming week, would jump into the number 2 seed. But then, again, Balls Deep and Kiss My Christmas Balls still have another game. So they would need to win their game against Y and Y or at least get 1 point. What about that game against Y and Y, the number 1 seed? Can At Least We Tried put more points on the board than Yin and Yang? So let's get a quick update here. Pizza, you're done with the cheese on the pizza, but we can see it on your other camera. Thank God, the evidence is there. You have a pile of crusts. Can that be your team name? Pile of crust for your when you make your comeback to FBF. Pile of crust. You're not finishing the crust. The crust will do you in. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 30 minutes on the clock. You have 8 minutes right now. 8 minutes left to finish crust.
He assured us he was going to complete it.
I was.
Technically
speaking, I did complete it.
No,
Because
pizza.
crust is not part of the pizza.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was carrying the cheese and the tomato sauce?
The dough.
The
What do you know
crust.
the crust is?
The crust. How are they gonna? How is At Least We Try gonna fare against the Gino captain of Y and Y?
Well, YY wants to get that undefeated team, right?
Right.
And they still are in play for that. But At Least We Tried. What we have to look at right now is this. They have to be, again, patient with the quarterback play. They can't force it. Gino's team is good with their assignments that Gino gives them. They watch game film like 24 hours a day at Gino's place, and they're well prepared. But now you look at Gino, and at this point of the year, my question about them is this. Can they now take their profile to the next level? Can they be more assertive? Because we know Gino has these yips at this point of the year, and no question he wants to finish undefeated, but more importantly, though, can he now become more efficient in the playoffs?
Questions to be answered for sure in Co-Ed Tier 2. Speaking of Co-Ed Tier 2, let's move to Tier 2.
We're not speaking about it at all.
I know, but we're talking about a tier number 2, so let's move to tier number 2.
Can I get Mo's transitions back? These are terrible.
Yeah, they're bad. So there were a bunch of games Wednesday night in Laval, the locked Laval Dome, sadly. The gates were open, though, and games were played. There were a bunch of games at 9 o'clock in the Laval Dome that have dramatically changed the landscape of the standings here in Tier 2. The Stoics, of course, still holding on to that number 8 and the final double elimination spot, but Ambush did crawl out from the red as a single elimination team with a huge victory over Kiss My In-Laws to propel them into the number 7 seed. But the question really is about Stoics. What do we think their odds, their chances of locking themselves as a double elimination team?
C-Riv's going to hate the fact that we're going to talk about him on the podcast.
He's going to love it.
No, he hates it.
He's asking me, he's like, oh, no, Ambush beat you. What does this mean for the standings? I'm like, I didn't look at it. I'm like, I just came to play my game.
So really, the question is, they need to, we need to resolve the Stoics and Game Changers tiebreak, 1. 2, we need to understand where Beer Belly Brigade fall in all this, because they have 2 games left at 6 points. They need at least a point to be in the conversation. If not, they need a win. They are playing still CRA and Easy W. So do you think that Beer Belly Brigade can get at least 1 point out of those games?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So that means, can they win both?
It would be tough. It's not impossible, but they'll need Jeremy White to make one more mistake than Alex Fafard would in that game to get the victory there.
Okay, so let's say they split that, they win one, they lose the other, and they get to 8 points as the final result for Beer Belly.
Why do we
Brigade.
do this to each other?
That would put them into what?
Why do we do this to each other?
Look at him tapping out. Look at him. Look at the suffering.
5 minutes.
Stoics are playing That's What She Said. They, in that situation, would need a win in order for them to guarantee that will now be 7th spot, because they would jump up into a tie for 9th with 7th and ambush. And let's just see, did they play?
4 minutes, actually, Mo.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Stoics
Thanks,
did
Captain
not
Obvious.
play ambush, so it would end up in a tiebreak scenario, and
Points
likely
against.
Stoics would win because ambush's points against are high. So Stoics win, they grab 7th. Stoics lose, they can fall all the way down to 10th.
To 10th, okay. Because because of the points against. They didn't play game changers either. Quickly, you have their schedule up. So you have
They did not.
3.5 minutes to eat. That's a lot of crust. Oh no, there's no way you're making it. Oh no. You gotta wash it down with your water. Just a tip.
You can blend it.
Yeah, that's fair game. Put it in your Cavalier's blue bottle.
Melt it.
Oh, he's not happy. Oh, that face of disillusionment. He's gonna be shitting bricks.
So all that to say, Stoics are...
They gotta win.
They're controlling their destiny in some way. We think they will finish 7th. That's our guesstimate from a staff point of view.
And for the Stoics to beat That's What She Said. Again, give me one reason why that would happen. Mocon. What was that? Is this a news alert, a flash alert? You didn't do the pizza challenge?
I'm trying to get this all figured out here, boy.
Oh, it's not happening. This is not gonna work. You have in 15 seconds. You'll have 2 minutes.
There should be added time to this because the amount of time I did speak in the
No.
show.
You had
No,
your,
because
This guy over here...
you're
gives me
talking the show. I'm talking the show.
you rocked through the first 9 minutes. You said, "Oh, I only have 2 slices left after 9
the crust
minutes."
counts. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish it easy. Yeah. This guy over here is bitching about the fact that the internet went down. I lost 4 minutes doing that and almost got it. Meanwhile, crust and talking. I gotta do my job while I do the
I'm
challenge.
sorry. You have little chocolate bars that you just devoured. With a
Oh,
camera.
see, now it's easy. Yeah.
How many calories were in the pizza? Did we
I
get a
don't
calorie?
think they don't have a website. You think I know how many calories they have?
What'd you take a picture of? A flyer?
Someone took a picture and uploaded it online. Yeah.
Because I say that I mentioned the calories because Eagle, you consumed 2,500 calories in what was it?
24 minutes.
28 minutes. You consumed 2,000. You consumed the daily amount, like more than the daily recommended amount for an adult
And then I went home and
in
had dinner.
candy. And then I went home. Mocon, there's 1 minute on the clock.
Well, I'll put in my Instagram stories at Mocon19 that I conquered this pizza.
You did not.
What a fucking liar.
You both failed your challenge.
I
but
did not. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you failed the challenge miserably.
Then you failed it more miserably.
How could I when I'm doing a show? I'm hosting a show.
Yeah, right. I'm 1 and 2, but yeah, you're doing a show.
Much different. You don't have anything to do. You're just pressing buttons over there.
I knew the crust would do him in. I said it from the beginning.
Right away.
It's heavy. I'm telling you.
The
I've
crust
lost.
shouldn't count as a pizza.
Yes.
We talked about it at the beginning.
We
set
said-
the rules up. Mr. Goalpost over here.
Yeah.
Ain't moving.
20 seconds. 20 seconds on the clock, Mo. 15. We're going to do a New Year's celebration. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding,
The
ding, ding.
face
Mo
of
Khan
defeat
is a failure.
No, because I finished pizza.
Failure.
Really, because
Yes, really.
when someone eats pizza and they don't eat the crust, because why? They don't like the crust.
Hashtag fail.
So, it's part of the pizza.
Oh,
I tell those people, why did you not finish your pizza? Failure.
Hold on.
Failure.
All right, let's talk about tier 2 here. Let's
Yeah.
finish this up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be with you guys in 2 minutes.
Okay. The quarterback play has been really interesting in tier 2. A lot of dominant performances as of late. But if we look at two quarterbacks in particular, Mokan, I want your opinions on Eric Lalone or Alex Fafard. Who's the better quarterback option? And you might go with it depends on the scenario. So I'll give you the scenario straight up. It is a 40 to 34 game. No, it is a 40 to 35 game. No, that's 5 points. I can't do math. 30, you're down 7 points. My God. But I really wanted to make it a 40 to 33 game. That's what I tried to say. You have 2 minutes left on the clock. 1 timeout. Who's driving you down the field with more confidence that you're going to score 6 points? And then tell me if you're going for 1 or for 2. So who do you have more confidence in scoring
Here,
that
I'll
drive?
say to you,
Eric Lalone or Alex Fafard?
Here, I'll give you a better question here. Are you taking Lalone or Fafard to score you a touchdown plus 2 points?
No, it's critical that the game has been 40 to 33, that there have been 73 points put up on the board. Because I don't want you're down 7, but the score has been 14 to 6.
So basically, you're saying in a shootout game, who do you
Yes.
want?
Yeah.
I'm taking Lalone. You look at his offense is a little bit more traditional than Fafard. Fafard likes to run every couple of second, third play.
Less likely to get picked off if you're running the ball.
Sure.
And also, you're killing plays, so the other team can't come back.
Okay, but Lalone, I think, has a really good arm, an accurate arm. And Simon Loisier is his go-to guy. And they can put up points. They can really put up points. And I believe that they are a team with Lalone at quarterback, even though they're 2 wins right now or 3 wins.
Like that. Something.
Right,
I'll get it
they're
for
on
you.
the single elimination side of the bracket. They're going to be okay in the knockout round because remember last year what happened, right? They played 45 games in the knockout stages somehow, right? They played a lot of games last
I think
year.
they went undefeated potentially,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
But they have 2 wins now and 4 losses,
Yeah.
and 2 ties.
Yeah, and I think that wealth of experience will help them in the knockout stages. I think they're going to go far.
I'll go with Alex Fafard. I've seen it more out of him. You want to talk about experience? How about playing all 3 seasons in a year, right? And that's not a discredit to Arouche for mostly playing in the winter and fall seasons, but that just gives more experience for Alex Fafard, more reps at driving when it's needed. There was a particular game that actually kind of describes the one I'm thinking about in a shootout against Mangoose last year in the spring season, where it was exactly that. 5 plays, needed to drive down and score. Oh, it was actually 2 plays. And in 2 plays, Nicolas Culotte one-handed grab middle of the end zone from half the distance of the field, and it was a beautifully orchestrated drive. Even though it was only 2 plays, the first one was a run that got the offense down to midfield, and another one it was a great read by Fafard and Nicolas Culotte. And that's the other thing. You have receivers like Jonathan Benoit, Nicolas Culotte, Olivier Claveau. You have so many of these receivers that can come up in clutch moments, but it all comes from the ball distribution and the accuracy of Alex Fafard. So give me Fafard.
And remember, Fafard's coming off an injury too, right?
Yeah, true.
So
Fair.
So he's only finding his rhythm now, like in hindsight, right? So they're both
He has
good
more
quarterbacks.
wins than Arouche.
Yeah, but I trust Arouche in the playoffs, though.
Okay.
I really do, and that's why I think Lalone is the guy to watch out for moving ahead here. Let me get some LinkedIn stuff.
Are you taking the reins back, Mo?
I will. You go ahead, man. You go ahead.
Wow.
You need the reps, man, because you get to host a show, man. As a meeting, man, you got to,
As a media man,
we're
doing a little cleanup here.
I'm pretty sure he has enough reps across all his teams and everything, Mo.
Yep.
I'd be more worried about the guy with the 26% completion rate who needs more reps.
Thank you.
Could
You
be
look
worse.
at the
Could be Jimmy G.
we've taken a look at the middle section of the standings here. Let's
who
take
beat the Packers, by the way.
They did. I was sad.
Your Packers suck now. Welcome to mediocrity at quarterback.
Only took 40 years.
He sees his free agent squad.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Question.
You're eating the failure?
No.
You're eating failure.
No, because
'Cause
you
you're
jobbers,
still hungry.
you shipping containers jobbers are like,
you-
oh, you gotta eat the crust.
And
Who's
where, do you,
crust?
and where do you find yourself? You're in the same sticking shipping container as us.
As far as I'm concerned, your clock doesn't stop until all the crust is finished. So I'm gonna see how much extra it takes you.
It took Eagle for 4 extra minutes. 3.
Because the guy was swallowing the Smarties. It goes like pills, man.
What do you think of the middle teams in tier 2?
No, we already talked about the middle teams. Let's look at the top of the standings.
What do you think of the top teams in tier 2?
And we asked this question to Manuel Roy, in that there's a rivalry brewing over the past few seasons between Kiss My In-Laws and Diamond Bougie. What do we think in terms of the chances of these two teams, either of these two teams, making the playoffs or taking the field? What would you take, Eagle, if you had to take either Kiss My In-Laws or Diamond Bougie to make the finals or taking the field?
I'm taking Diamond Bougie. I think they have a lot of firepower this year, and like Manu said, I think they've cleaned up their act a little bit. So I trust them making it and going all the way.
Mo?
So, Kiss My In-Laws is who I'm looking at. Diamond Bougie's always had a really good regular season team. They always come up weird in the playoffs. Spring season,
a little bit.
Spring season, they kind of swole themselves in the playoffs, and I just think that Kiss My In-Laws have a lot more of the finals experience. Right, they're grizzled veterans in the finals, they're guys who've played FBF for a while.
Well, Diamond Bougie's made the finals twice as well. They just happen to lose both times to Kiss My In-Laws. So is it just championship pedigree and that just that little bit extra?
I think it's championship pedigree as well. I think it's also on the fact that Diamond Bougie, for whatever reason, they just have they have that like spotlight moment, and they're like deer in the headlights when
They flame out, or
yeah, like they have one play that cost them the games, right? And look, they're a good team. I'm not gonna take that away from them. Eagle made a great point though, right? They're a really good team. They're a roster that has scored 35 plus points 3 games in a row now. Overall, I believe they've only scored, I think, all but 1 game or 2 games. They score 30 plus points, and the games that they didn't score 30 plus points lost to Infantry by 1, and they beat Brigade by 1. So there's a pattern here. If you can hold them to less than 30, you have a really good chance to win this football game against them.
6 out of 8 games, Kiss My In-Laws have put 40 or more on the board.
Yeah, but Diamond Bougie though, if you have a good defense and you can. We were talking last segment about, hey, ball control and running the clock, all that, kill plays and this and that. So whoever plays Diamond Bougie in the early rounds, if you're ball controlling and you're scoring when you have those possessions, that could be your passport to victory, and that you can stamp your papers for the next round. And so if you can hold this team to less than 30, I think you have a real chance to win. But if they score more than 30, I think you're in trouble.
It's tough to do that. Hold them to 30. Not likely.
No, with your offense, you can do it.
No, actually, that actually has reverse logic. I think with my offense, because it scores so quickly, I think that gives them the ability to put 30 on the board as well.
I'm applying that with your offense that you have.
That it can
You
go
can,
score
you
for
can
score.
You can go 12-play drives for like 9 minutes. We've seen you do it before.
Sure. I think what that comes down to for Diamond Bougie in any playoff scenario will be, can a team who's better at converts face them in the playoffs? That'll be the thing for Diamond Bougie when it comes down to a game when a game is coming down to converts. Can they put up more points and go get a 2-point convert when they need it in a clutch moment of the game? I think that's going to be a difference for them between winning and losing their playoff matchup.
So I'm getting some hate love now on Instagram at Moke19. Still got mom cutting the crust off your bread, huh?
Yep.
Jesus, man.
Yep. That was love. That was the hate. Where's the love?
That's the hate.
There's no love.
Lies, as Eagle wrote.
Yep.
Also, Joe Marguez says the crust definitely counts. It's part
Boom.
of
Doesn't count, man.
Yes, it does.
You guys are crazy.
Joe Morgese has spoken.
Joe Morgese. Jabroni Joe over there. This guy, Jabroni Joe.
Let's move on to tier number 4. as the regular season's coming to an end here in
You want
the
to take over now, Eagle?
Fall Cup.
Iggs?
Eagle,
Iggs.
Iggs. Is Eagle really leading the show?
Here.
Some would say he is.
Okay, I'll take over the show.
Okay, take over.
Top 5, how does it play out? You look at it right now, 2 points, 3 points separate first from fifth. Save the Turtles do have a game in hand with the top 4, all playing 7 games. So do we see a seismic change in the top 5, or is this going to hold serve where we're going to have Troopers, Ramfins, Pastor Rabi at owing flags, and Turf Toes finish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Did you copy paste the script from last week?
No.
Because I felt like we talked about this last week.
No, we didn't.
And I'm pretty sure, without looking, I'm pretty sure I said Pasta is going to jump because I remember having this conversation already.
I remember having this conversation.
So, no, we did because, again, without looking, Super Troopers are playing Cookie Monsters. And Pasta, I don't remember. Yeah, we definitely had this conversation. And I think...
oh, did we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
Copy paste. I think Pasta beat Meat Lovers. They and I'm pretty sure I think that Ramfins are going to be the number 1 seed, following another impressive defensive performance against threat.
Do you trust
level.
your defense? Because they've only given up 78 points through 7.
There we go. Let's talk about that. So, do I really trust their defense against these top 5 teams? So, I think Only Flags can put up 28 on them. I think Pasta can do the same. I think Super Troopers could have a problem here while their offense has been rolling compared to previous seasons. I think this is a Ramfin's defense that would give them fits. And because they're a quickly adapting team. So once they realize and figure out an offensive scheme that an opponent is running, they look to neutralize it. And especially if it's coming from speed, Ramfins have the speed in their defense to really neutralize that. So I think Super Troopers, for that reason, would struggle and would only be able to put up 14 points against them. So 28 points in a flag game, that's pretty good. So yeah, I'll say the Ramfins defense is for real.
Better defense, Turf Toes or Ramfins defense?
Oh, that's tough because they're both good for different reasons. I think Save the Turtles, again, have been having more reps as a franchise together. So they're usually, I'll put it this way, they're a better zone defense, but Ramfins is a better calling man defense and more athletic and faster than the rest of the Save the Turtles defense. So they're both good. I'd say Save the Turtles better in zone, Ramfins better in man.
Yeah, so here's my thing about Save the Turf Toes, right? They've been together for a long time. So I think their defense is
Spring 2021.
Yeah. So it's three years or 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I think that they have the understanding of each other and how to function. It's almost second nature on where they can trust each other. Yeah, I had the pizza. Okay.
No, you didn't.
And you know what's gonna happen? P's gonna chime in.
Yes.
Oh, he did a Mocon.
Say you failed.
You know, he's the god of pizza there.
Eat
But-
your Skittles now.
I can't, man. I'm
Technically, the crust is still not done, so the timer's still
full.
going.
Oh, relax, man. I did it in 23 minutes, guys.
You're almost at an hour.
Relax.
23 minutes. Where did you shave 7 minutes off? What is this?
I finished the actual pizza in 23 minutes.
You lied?
I finished the pizza in 23 minutes, and then it took me a little bit longer to eat the crust.
Someone get this guy a fortune cookie.
Why, it's going to lie inside?
You guys are haters, man. Real haters. Okay.
No, actually.
Look, Turf Toes have a good defense they can work with, right? They know each other. It's almost like they don't have to worry about someone not understanding their assignment. They know where they have to be on the football field. But I think for the Turf Toes moving forward, though, is going to be their offense, right? Because it's all matchup dependent on who they get in the first round or two, at least double elimination status. And if they get not a cupcake, but if they get a desirable matchup to work with, yeah, they can go 2-3 games. They can go 2-3 deep into the knockout stages and be a threat. And at that point, you flip a coin and see what happens at that moment. So I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be they're going to be okay if their defense can maintain that high level of integrity that they've had so far this season.
Okay.
That's where I see it with them right now. So the chaos right now is about to ensue from seeds 6 through 15. 3 points separate those 9 spots. When Diesel does have 2 games in hand here, so are we going to see ultimate chaos in the final 10 days of regulation or regular season games, or are you comfortable to say there's not going to be not much movement in those standings right now?
Without going, because that's way too many teams to open up their schedules.
But that's a lot. But look how close
okay.
it is, though.
So here's the simplified version of it, right?
Oh.
There are currently 5 teams tied at 8 points. All of them at the 8 points have at least a game at hand left.
Right.
You really only have
Toon Squad.
2 teams chasing them, really, right?
Right.
Salt and the
Diesel.
Peppas can kind of jump up to 11 points. No,
they
9
go up to
points.
9 points.
When Diesel can jump up to 10 points. So it's kind of a mess, right? I don't think there's any way we can figure it out right now based on current standings. There's way too many permutations.
So do you expect utter chaos then? If we get the schedule up,
No.
we're not making picks here, but if we get that schedule up here, we can kind of correlate who's where, right? But I think we're gonna have utter chaos in the final.
No,
10
I
days.
don't think so. I mean, already right. You have Bend Don't Break and Skull who are not going to move.
Yeah, so they're out. We know that.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna more or less look like this.
The real question is what happens with like Toon Squad? Can
Yeah,
they
I
jump
think-
a team or 2?
I think
you know?
so. Yes, I think Toon Squad. Yeah, so let's.
Are they gonna jump dueling molasses or mutation?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Or Mega Run.
If I just had to, without looking at the others' schedule, because again, like I said, too many schedules to open up.
So Toon Squad is playing
Yes.
Dewey Molasses,
Okay.
and they're playing Ramfins. So Ramfins, that
Yeah,
one
they-
might be tough, but
yeah.
Dewey Molasses,
They'll
that's like a
jump
win
them.
and you're in type of scenario,
They'll
right?
jump them. Yeah, they're gonna jump them. It's just while both teams have experience, just Toon Squad have a more.
They're maturing.
Yeah, and like Mo said with Eric Lalonde in Tier 2, Garner Ross has a more traditional offense, more methodical, and while but the thing is, Dewey Molas have
Sorry. I was gonna say, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
They may not have Garner Ross for Saturday's game.
what's coming up? Some Jewish holiday?
No, Alouettes playoffs.
I don't.
Garner Ross is a diehard CFL fan.
Really?
He's not going to miss an Alouettes playoff game. 3:00 kickoff. Games
Okay.
at 1:00 Saturday afternoon.
Oh, bello. It's 1:00. The game finishes at his game will finish at 2.
Have you seen how tough it is to get to McGill University?
Okay, it's at Loyola. You can just go to Vendôme. He'll get there. Yeah, in an hour. He'll get there in an hour.
Game finishes at 2:00, roughly. By the time
gonna
you
get there
change,
in
by
an hour.
the time you change,
No, he's changing in the car or on the bus.
you know how Cole's going to be on Saturday.
He's gonna change on the bus if he's that much of a diehard.
Yeah, but he's
fan.
going for the bus though. It's not like the bus is waiting from
Oh,
at
yeah,
Sherbrooke bus stop over there.
No,
Hey,
he's gonna
Carter's
get.
coming. Oh, here he comes. Let's go on the bus.
He's gonna get a lift from one of his friends.
No, that's not how it works. Bus
That's
comes at
fine.
2:15.
He's fine. They're gonna have him for the game.
He's gonna miss.
No, he won't.
He won't be there on Saturday. Garner Ross will not miss an Alouettes football game.
That's what the show has come to. Your failure has come to bus ride talk.
He's not missing the. He's not missing the
Your failure
Alouettes,
in
man.
pizza eating challenges has depressed
No.
you so much.
I am believing that I've won this competition, which I did.
You did not.
I did win this competition.
No, Sky Judge says got to eat the crust.
Cross my ass. Anyway,
You want some fries?
no, I'm good. No.
They won't count towards your challenge, but the crust does.
Oh, thanks. Won't count towards my challenge. Enough. Okay, but here's the okay.
You're
If
at 50
Garner Ross,
minutes, by the
okay,
way.
let's play the hypothetical here. If Garner Ross isn't available because he's now committed himself to the Alouettes,
And then I don't know who's at quarterback, and without a quarterback
So
in
that
the
means
division,
that
in tier
that's
4, you lose.
so that stunts their whole process. Then,
Sure.
So that's the question: is if Garner Ross will be there on Saturday?
He will. I'm telling you, he will.
I don't know if he will be there. I really don't know. But he'll be there for the Sunday game because they got Rathfins on the Sunday afternoon at 10:00. So that's
Yeah,
well,
They're going to lose that one.
well, that's the thing, right? So, but even the 2 ties could hurt them though at that point because they do have 2 ties.
Oh, okay. That are already in their schedule.
Yeah. So I'm not, again, it's The key is he going to be there Saturday? If he get, then I think they have a good
Will be.
chance to jump
You ha-
up.
You have the yips from
Yeah.
losing your challenge.
Yeah, no, at the yips because of trying to talk about the bus.
yeah.
Hold on here. But here's the thing, though: if they jump over Dooley and Molasses, they'll be 4, 1, and 2
Yep.
at 10 points. Bendlebury can't catch up to them. Skull can't catch up to them. Salt and Pepper can't catch up to them. When Diesel could catch up to them. Salt and Pepper could catch up to them, but when Diesel,
Let's talk about them. They play Mutation. That's
Yeah.
a win.
so it's a win for Win Diesel.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll give you that.
So that knocks Mutation out.
So Mutations, out.
Maybe.
Yeah. So that means it would give Win Diesel 4 and 3,
And then they play Chat Rats.
which they should win. Chat Rats has had a difficult time this season. Saw them play earlier this season in Loyola. So I think they can definitely get to 5, and that would perhaps put them as high as
That's huge.
5.
That's huge.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
You could put them. They could go finish anywhere as high as 5, as low as 14, right? So that
15, yeah.
So that's gonna be their roller coaster endeavor this weekend. Is can they get? If they get the 5 wins, they're for sure double elimination. 4 is gonna be on the fence, but they would have some momentum because they did beat Mutation that they're playing this weekend.
Right. Yep.
So there is that chance that they can get the carrot going their way as well. Receiver of the year in T4. I was looking at it today.
Okay.
There are some good receivers in this class.
Yeah, there actually are. Yep.
Like this is like the Jamar Chase draft class of Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, Amaron St. Brown, that type of thing here. But you look at the receivers.
Devonta Smith. Was he part of that?
Yeah,
too?
Devonta Smith as well. Look, it's a close race, man. Like I think it's gonna come down to the final week here. Look, you got our boy Joe Morghese, 36 for 41, 16 TDs. Hugh Stensland, 39 for 416, 14 TDs. You got Zachary Albert-Gills at 34, 448, 13 TDs. Domas Chaussee, 24 for 312, 13 TDs, but I think it's more of a 3-horse race.
2 more games left for Tomas Chaussee too.
Yeah, so if Chaussee can get another 100, which is going to be tight because he's a little bit off the mark right now by the projection that he would have of 52 yards per game. So if he gets 52, so times that's 104, he will be off by quite a bit in terms of the yards, right? Because those guys have some serious insurance
100
policy here.
Yeah, you need 75 yards. per
Yeah,
game.
it's
possible.
Like, what in your mind, guys? What would be the tiebreaker between Morghese, Stensland, and Albert Skills on who can win Receiver of the Year?
Algorithm.
Oh wow, yeah, it's actually it might come down because everything else being equal,
Yeah,
it might be the target to reception ratio. That could literally, if everything else, if like yards, TDs, and receptions are all negligible differences between them, if someone has like drops 1 out of every 2 passes and someone else catches 90% of their catches, that could be the difference here.
Is that always the case though? Because
No.
like sometimes the ball's in the curtain, it's overthrown, but
Okay,
they mark
so-
the target as. So how many of those are actual drops?
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't use that as an actual metric. Is the
Okay,
problem.
so maybe actually this one you'd have to switch tabs, and
Okay.
you might have to go to the converts tab.
So funny enough, right? Hugo Stensland is at, or Zachary Albert is at his 77% conversion rate of catches to targets, right? If I did Stensland right now, which I think he's around the same ballpark as well, like I think-
they're all they're all pretty similar.
Yeah, so
They're
here-
on that 75 range, right?
right. So here, like I'll just do it quickly here because
How
so
quickly are you doing this? This is not quick at all.
I know I'm just tired, man.
From eating, from failing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Failing didn't film it.
So Stensland's at 76%.
yeah, so 77, 76.
And Joe Morghese is at 76. So they're all hovering in that 70.
Can we have like a
76%.
tripod of winners?
No, converts. You look at the convert game.
Yeah, but then what are you gonna? No. But look at the Triple Crown: receptions, yards, touchdowns.
okay, but it might come down to converts.
But let's say Jordan Morghese has 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, touchdowns for me are huge. Pease has come on the show and said in the past that a 10-yard catch anywhere on the field is a 10-yard catch, whether it's in the end zone or not. And I disagree. I think there's more pressure when that ball is when you're in the end zone, and that ball is a more pressure catch than anywhere else on the field. So to me, touchdowns are big. They're not, 5 times worth like yards. But for me, touchdowns are big. But so are yards. If someone brings it all the way to the 30, like for a 39-yard gain and gets tackled at the 1, a 1-yard touchdown, what's worth more, 1-yard touchdown or the 39-yard gain?
Well, hold on.
It's obviously
it's like asking, would you rather win 3 Super Bowls or be a Hall of Famer with no Super Bowl rings?
I mean, it's not really the same thing, but
Yeah, no, but that's what people ask, right? Would you rather have a career, you're an average player that wins 3 rings, or be a Hall of Famer that doesn't win a ring?
I guess, yeah.
Right, same thing. If you get a 39-yard catch,
the stats without the score.
right, you get a 39-yard catch, but you don't score a touchdown, but the guy has 5 touchdowns. What do you want?
So in that particular scenario, yes, I would give advantage to the 39 yards. So, look, I really think whoever's selecting the All-Stars is gonna have to or the award winners is gonna have to go to the conference page and see if there's a significant difference there. Zach Albert's Gill has 4 single point converts. Hugo Senslin has 2 off of 1 pointers and an extra point 2. So he has 4 points as well if you total those. Joe Morghese, he's pretty low on that list. So I don't see him. So he, write him out of contention for me.
So
right
we're looking at extra point converts
Yeah.
as being the determining factor.
I think you have to.
Even though Joe Morghese could end up having most yards receiving.
Well, no, look, if he has most yards and most TDs, it has to go to him.
If the yards stay as look, Stanley can't go hard.
Rated.
Yeah, Stanley can't go hard now. He's at 416. He's done.
Yeah, he's out of contention.
But if Joe Morghese still ends up at 41 and Zachary Albert Skills ends up at 475.
No, then the yards are the same, and Joe has 3 more touchdowns, so that gives him receiver of the year.
So let's say Zachary Albert Skills gets 3 more touchdowns, but he's at 470.
Oh, then, well, no, if they have the same amount of touchdowns and Joe has 5 more yards, the 5 more yards.
But Zachary Albert has more receptions.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to give you scenarios that, hey, what if this happens, that happens.
Then
right?
you go to the conference page.
So that means Hugo Stenzel's out then.
Yes, I'd say so. Then you go to the conference page, and Zach Albert's-Gill has put 4 points on the board for his team on converts. Those are huge. Those are huge points. Those win games.
The only way Joe Morghese wins it if he gets 500 plus yards.
Joe doesn't have a single convert. He's not on the
But
convert
if he gets
page.
500 yards receiving,
Yeah, then yeah.
he
Yes.
wins it. Okay,
Yes.
so he needs to get 19 more yards to assure himself that.
It depends how good of a game Zach has. It really does.
But if Zachary Albert has a great game but doesn't get 500 yards receiving, then what?
And then he would need 4 touchdowns if that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Would need a 4 touchdown game.
Okay. Well, we have another week or so to determine that. Okay, on to women's. We had quite the feisty game yesterday. You were scorekeeping there, Iggy.
A little bit.
I even spoke to our very own Lamise Aljundi about it. And perhaps a rematch in the playoffs, maybe not. I did pick them to win. Red Nation beating Wildcats 13-0, but it was the handshake line where it got a little bit edgy.
Yeah, I'll give some context, I guess. I was scorekeeping this game. As you can see, quarterback Catherine Bolduc, not her finest game. 16 incompletions.
Because you were there,
Yeah.
were the 4 INTs bad reads or were they good plays from the defense?
No, they were basically fielding punts and taking them. One of those all the way to the house was Kia Allen Beckles, putting up 6 points, 4 of the 13 that
Hat trick of INTs.
Yeah, she tried to take one all the way to the house at the end of the first half as well. Was tackled about 20 yards shy though. So not a great day at the office. Yeah, whatever. Not a great day at the office, of course, for Catherine Bolduc. Look, she felt that her receivers were getting getting bumped a little bit too hard, causing some incompletions, and rightfully so. I think there were some penalties that were missed in this given game. Nothing egregious though, nothing like absolutely blatant and how could you not see this? And no, but at the same time, given 16 incompletions, 4 interceptions, putting up 0 points on the board, you're not the defense may be getting away with a little bit of contact here and there. There was some frustration on her end at the end of the game, and it went through on the handshake line. So and you know what? To be fair, there was a email written out. Catherine Bolduc did apparently reach out to Lemise after the game and apologized. Maybe he's thought some. And I don't know what the personal stuff was, but said maybe some personal stuff outside of the field was at play.
We need some personal stuff in here.
So anyway,
like you eat crust. Well, crust is not part of the pizza. It's
personal. Crust is part of pizza. So look, the player realized that maybe it was taken a little too far, and she apologized for it. But yeah, it was a feist. But the game wasn't that feisty. So now to give a brief recap. Both offenses struggled. There was 0 offensive touchdowns with 6 or 5 minutes left in this game. The pick 6 being the game winner, and a late score by Gigi Cabillo Abante. What a baller! That was a great call by you, naming her, on potential Team Canada.
The Mocon Olympic team.
Yeah, great. She's an athlete out there, and she lets it be known with her play. That's the thing, right? She doesn't let it be known expressively with any taunting or anything like that. No, it's she lets her play do the talking, and she's one of Red Nation stars, and she was her and Kayla Beckles and even I'll give a shout out to Marilyn Cesare. Got some really nice catches. The 3 of the 6 targets that went her way. Knocked down a couple back downs from Catherine Bolduc, completing her passes. So offense struggled, but the defense came to play for Red Nation, and that's been their calling card.
By the way, that's a 4-point swing for Red Nation, because had they lost that game, they would have been 4-4, and they probably would have been okay in the double elimination stats. But because of that win by Red Nation, it keeps the Wildcats below the dotted line, and now Wildcats have a one-and-done scenario where if they lose, they're out.
Yeah.
So they don't have the luxury of having 2 losses.
They will have a bye, though.
Yes.
To start the knockout round, and then we'll play the winner of X and X and Red Bull.
Yeah.
Which they should be the favorites there.
Just a heads up, an email sent out by the league this week about the town hall. Is it called the town hall panel? Is that what we have right now for the women's league?
I believe it is called that, although I'm not sure who's invited to it, so maybe we don't talk about this right now.
Well, wasn't the email sent out?
Yes, to an
I agree with Eagle.
Oh, yes. Fair enough, then. All right. Stay tuned
wow,
for
you'd
that.
be terrible in a confidential and privileged environment, wouldn't it?
Like Shane Pinto.
Jesus.
Yeah, I would have bet on myself, though. Anyway, you'll find out what's going on
He
here.
didn't bet on himself.
Doesn't matter.
You also don't know.
You know who shouldn't have bet on himself? Mocon.
Mocon is...
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, we gotta get the. Can we clip that? Eagle, clip that. Please.
Mocon is doing A-okay, guys. I was fine. Anyway.
Your pizza's still not done.
Pizza's done.
It's been over an hour.
No.
Pizza's done, guys.
Eat your Skittles. They're gummy.
And there's crust.
They're in gummy
No,
format.
I can't. Okay.
Polished, by the way.
They're good, huh?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I finished them right after I finished the pizza.
Oh, you actually ate the crust then, right? Yeah.
Okay. You jackass. You want me to eat the crust? I'll eat the Cleveland crust for you jackasses. There wasn't much crust. Look at this.
There wasn't much.
It wasn't much, he says, after he doesn't finish it.
Jackasses.
I knew the crust would do you in.
Who are we talking about next?
No, let me eat the crust. You guys talk about the show. I'm eating the crust.
We're still gonna stay in the women's division
look,
here.
Here's the thing I want to look at right now for the women's division, right? So Wildcats now in single side elimination here. X and X, okay. They have shown signs of life.
Signs of improvement too.
Yes, marked improvement. Look, it's a high school based team. It's a really young team.
Yep.
These we talk about in the men's league, we talk about men's against boys sometimes, right?
Mhm.
This is women against girls, right? These are high school girls who are grade 11, if not going to stage up now, but they showing an ability to be competitive for half.
Stick
or two.
around in games. Yep.
Yeah. Could they get a knockout win?
I think so. Against Red Bulls in their first matchup here, which
Yeah.
is a set in stone. I think they have what it takes to beat a Red Bulls team that has yet to win a game. By the schedule here, they're actually playing each other before the playoffs, so a little bit of a Al's Hamilton kind of situation here where they're
Which
playing.
Garner Ross would be at, by the way?
Okay, sure. Changing on the bus again. We're going back to this. So X and X get to maybe show Red Bulls, some different plays that they may or may not use in their playoff game.
Should Gino do that at all? Should Gino keep it?
No,
Should Gino or Red Bulls keep their offense 5-yard hooks? 5-yard hooks.
I mean if that's what drives you down the field and scores you points, until the defense can adjust to that.
But Gino likes to have a little bit of spice in his offense.
Okay.
So, does he dare show anything that he will utilize in the rematch in a 4 nights time?
He should,
But why?
because if he tries it in this regular season game and the Red Bulls show that they can stop it, then he knows that he shouldn't go to those plays.
But
It should really be it's not taken to the next level. It's not CFL. There are no coaches sitting down watching tape and
really, you don't think Gino has sent me messages? Hey,
Yeah, I know, but not Red Bulls. So the Red Bulls are not watching the tape on them and watch them bring out a camera now. But
Gino's going to be I think Gino's going to keep it basic, and then bring out something for them as a surprise.
sure, I would try that during the regular season game though.
Well, I think he's going to pop something out there, but
Okay.
I think they do win.
Yeah, I think they win. Yep.
And then after that, all bets are off for them.
Yeah.
And how this could play out for them. But
Yep.
I think this would be a success for them if they do get that win, because Gino can build upon for 2024 winter and women's too, probably, that they can maybe win 3, 4, maybe 5 games. And I think next spring, if they still keep the same core in place, they could be a favorite to win their division next spring.
Could be. Yeah.
I think that's the build-up, because
Yeah.
winter 2, we're expecting how many teams, roughly?
12 to 15.
Right. So that is a bigger number of teams. That means there's going to be more competition. And if they can win 3 to 4, I think it's a
Yep.
magnificent effort.
Yep.
And then I think next spring, they go 6, 7, then they're okay.
And then that's their chance at
Yeah.
at a deep playoff run.
If Maya DeFazio can continue to mature at that quarterback position without the pressure that she gets sometimes, then yeah, I think they're okay.
Yep.
So that's it. Brutes, look, they ran it. They beat the Vortex, crushed them.
Oh yeah. Not even close.
I don't know who's going to touch this team.
No, Brutes are they're on a mission. They're all the way there.
63 points against, 345 for. Just
It's
congratulations.
Brutal,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was not even a Vortex looked down and defeated. It wasn't their full squad. They were missing a couple players. Quarterback Anika Browns didn't look like herself out there, and just nothing was working. Incompletions. When she finally had enough fire on her passes, the balls were sailing and receivers were dropping the balls, but she didn't look like her normal self, like I was saying, and just balls were just 5 yards short of a receiver and bouncing, hitting off the ground. Nothing was working. It was all. And especially, I'm going to say, there was a weird pause there, sorry. But especially coming off a game in the co-ed division against Fit Squad, where Maud Lacasse was playing for throwing for Plenty of Fish, I felt like the game slowed down for her in the women's division just enough, and then she was just picking apart that Vortex defense, which usually comes up with at least one interception.
Right. Look, I just think unless someone unless aliens abduct this team,
The entire team?
entire Brutes team.
Which player? One player. Take one player off the team to give Vortex the victory.
Moldakas.
Yeah, I agree.
Moldakas.
Yep.
Uh,
She's the leader of that.
yeah,
offense
you
right now.
know,
She's
like-
the general out there.
yeah, this is a revenge tour against Peasy, who picked against these guys last Fall Cup.
These
So
girls.
yeah, they're gonna run it. It's I feel like we need to have
What?
like 2 trophies in this division because I'll explain why. And nothing
explain
against them
yourself.
is that I feel like Brutes are gonna run it. They're gonna like it's their chance to literally demolish teams and be ruthless and clinical and punish teams.
And where's the second trophy come in?
But you know what I'm saying? Like
Participation trophy?
no,
Mokan, do you want to participate? I know where you're getting at.
no.
You want a participation trophy for the
I
pizza
don't.
challenge.
I don't. But,
Okay,
But what I'm trying to imply though is that like there's a considerable gap with Brutes and Vortex
In the Fall Cup, yes. we've
compared to
seen
everyone
this.
else.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sure Red Nation and Wolfpack and Wildcats would love to challenge them, but they know on paper they're not going to compete with them. So in hindsight, is that really a true definition of a finals win for these teams? Like I'd rather see Red Nation take on Wildcats in a rematch, which could very well happen, which I think would be fun to watch in the third installment.
I guess I see what you're saying.
You know, but
Though, don't count out Vortex. Like I said, that full roster, I don't believe the full roster was there.
they're not going to run with them though, Iggs. They're not, man. Like even full roster, no full roster. The Brutes double them in points for.
I don't disagree with you.
So, like, even full roster, right? Even though they didn't have anyone out there in the last game against Brutes, they still didn't compete with them, though. They didn't compete with them in the overall landscape.
I think they can make it more competitive, though. Is my point. They can make it more competitive.
Well, we'll see what happens.
They could. That's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think so,
Yeah.
but they could. I've seen it in previous seasons.
All right, on to Tier 1. CFB played Blessed. CFB wins that game by 2 over Blessed. Blessed, now it's up for grabs number 2 with Royan Lumiere, their final game. Are Blessed on shaking ground to hold on to number 2? Because they're number 1 seed coming in last night,
Yep.
and now they can be number 3 by the end of the business week.
They can if they lose their game, right?
Yes.
And they're playing who?
Royan Lumiere, who is
Ooh.
number 3.
Oh,
Who would
that's-
technically leapfrog them?
That's right.
That's a tough defense to go up against the Royan Luminaire defense.
And they know them very well, right? They know them very well, Blessed. And
Yeah,
Royan Lumiere.
that's another good rivalry
Yeah.
in FPF, one of the newer ones, but a very good one. No, I think Blessed after a hard, tough loss on Wednesday night, I think they come back and they win.
I wasn't convinced by Blessed in that game against CFB.
Why
who were
not?
missing Mike Pearson.
What were 2 things that you saw that didn't convince you?
I just thought the play calling was a little bit lacking the desired effect that they wanted.
With taking deep shots,
Yeah, seeing
forcing
Hariprasad.
balls, or what?
Seeing Hariprasad, like he had a good game. Like his stats will say he had a good game.
Okay.
But I just thought that they didn't really exploit the pockets of space open in the middle of the field that the Braves were giving them, and there was a lot of short passes, right? The Jafars, the Sir William Powers, the Langshaws.
Yeah.
What happened?
I dropped the Skittle. Got me.
Okay. Isaiah Lard was 0 for 3. Yeah, that's a big target, man.
And tell me the nature of the passes. Too high, too low.
This is 50-50 battles. That's what it was,
Okay.
right? And I just thought,
I'll give me Isaiah Lard against almost anyone. Yeah, I'm throwing a 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
to Isaiah. That's not a
Yeah.
bad decision.
no, for sure, right? And the only reason why they had a chance to win is because Allard picked off Joe Mayer
As a rusher,
as a rusher,
Ooh,
and
he
that
did it
gave
again.
them a chance, right? And then they scored, and rather than go for the 2-point conversion, they went for the onside,
kick.
and they got denied at the end. So I just think they also not botched the time, but they misjudged the ability to work the clock as say you would normally work the clock, right? They called it time early in the second half. Sorry, in the second half, they called a timeout. They're down to 1. They had scored, and they were about to call a timeout again, thinking that they can decide to use a 2-point convert. But then the referee said, no, you have. Well, if you're using a 2-point convert, you need to say, hey, we're using the 2-point convert, or we're going for the onside kick. Therefore, you've exercised your timeout. You can't call a timeout and then say we're going to use the onside kick at that point.
Yes, you can.
And guess who the ref was? Eagle. Leo.
Leo Gervais, yeah. He said, yeah.
We talked about this. Anyways, it's okay.
He's wrong.
I think he's right, but anyways.
Because he said that
But we
if
did-
you guys call a timeout and don't declare we're going to go for onside or a 2-point convert, you can't go for the onside kick.
No, that defeats the purpose.
It's what I said, but I was shot down.
So anyway, look, I don't know.
In a timeout situation, if the bags are not set, you're allowed to change your mind.
So they didn't go for the 2-point convert. They went for the onside kick, and they
Which
got
is
stopped.
the right move, by the way. It's the right move because it was their clock still on still rolling like under like 2
No,
minutes.
it was plays.
It was 5 plays or so.
It was plays.
It's still the right call because you give 5 or 4 plays to Jomayer, he's gonna score. He's gonna
Or
score.
kill off the game.
Oh, if you don't get the 2-point, yeah. 'Cause 2-point would have tied it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to go for the win. Though, converting on an onside kick in the Laval Dome harder than any other
It's a
field.
lot longer,
That's
By
a
like
true
3
4th and
yards.
20
Yeah.
scenario.
like 3-4 yards, right? Each side.
Like
of the field.
8 yards,
Yeah.
by depending,
Yeah. So I just think that Bless didn't really utilize the time properly in the final 5 minutes of the game. And look, I think I think Isaiah Lard has Joe Mayo's number.
Yep.
Rushing him. You saw his numbers; they weren't that great. They weren't the Joe Mayo like. I know Mike Pearson's not there; he's in Bermuda right now.
Who
Okay.
snapped then?
Who would snap? You know what? I totally forgot. Was it Christopher Ferro that snapped?
Oh, maybe.
It might have been Ferro that snapped. I totally forgot about that. But now we get to that point where CFB will probably be number 1 seed. Now for Bless, are you comfortable enough to say that they'll be the number 2 seed by the end of this first round of competition?
I'm not confident about it. I think they'll beat Royal Luminaire in a 1 point. That one too is going to come down to converts, but I'm not confident about it. I think they will,
Right.
which sounds like I'm conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
I think they end up with the number 2 seed. Yeah.
Okay. I think Bless is going to be okay as number 2 seed, but they lose. I mean, it ends up being seed numbers, right? At that point, you're going to have to go through everyone at some point, right? It's just the
Yeah.
order of how you do it, right? But you just kind of want to have that momentum going into the knockout stage that, hey, we're rolling, we're good, we're healthy, ready to roll. So I just think that this game
Well,
means
it's the difference between playing 450 ballers and Maroons 2.0.
well, I right play.
Or, right? Because actually, no. The number 2 seed gets a bye. That's huge.
Yes.
That's
you're
huge.
right. Yeah, you're right.
So it is huge.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
And so yeah, I mean, I still think they do it, but it's a really close game. Really close.
Yeah,
It'll be who's better at converting their 2 points. And right now,
I think Royan Lumiere is better.
yeah. They're just those heavy, tall guys, right?
Yeah.
And when a play's dying down and Jesse Dupuis just throws one up in the air, Royam Luminaire more likely than not is going to come down with that ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Anyways,
Absolutely.
I still think Bless will do it, but not super confident about that.
All right, run it. Okay, convince me why Run It Once will run the table in the knockout rounds.
Well, they'll only run it once.
Yes, but why will they do it? Convince me they're going to do it. Tell me why they're going to do it.
Why they're going to win
Yeah.
out?
Yeah,
They're going to win Tier 1?
yeah, they're going to run the table. Because I'm shocked they're 2-4-1 or no.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they're not going to get double status to work with.
Agreed. I'll tell you that now that Dan Lazara's out for this season, that they probably have, other than Jomayer and George Yadepi, they might have the best quarterback wide receiver tandem in Jeff Rosenblatt to Anthony Brisebois. I'll give you that. His second option is then Quade Johnson. That's probably the best wide receiver 2 in the division. And I think that the rushing ability of Justin Blackie, if he's indeed rushing. Sacks 2. Oh, they had Nas Dillon rush once or twice. Not enough to be significant, but they have guys that if the defense can hold long enough, that the pressure can get there. Though interceptions 4, 5, 6, 7 on the season, so they're getting roughly 1 per game. And I think that if they get 1 in a game, that could be enough for Jeff Rosenblatt to go perfect in the game and run the table. So wide receiver, quarterback duo, best wide receiver number 2. If the defense can get 1 stop per game like they have, that could be enough for Jeff Rosenblatt to ice the game.
You got Quay Johnson, Manuel Watt, Anto Breeze Watt, James O'Han. How the hell are 2-4-1? And they've
and Skylar Bailiff.
Yeah, and they're Skylar Bailiff too, also who's playoff eligible. And they beat in never overtime. And I think the other game that they won was #NR, I believe it was.
450 ballers.
450 ballers, right? You know, I'm shocked. A major disappointment in Tier 1 this year and how they were.
Yeah, overall, yes. Especially the last game I saw and I talked about it with Brent versus cap-friendly Braves.
Yeah.
Losing to Mangoose 56-24 is just a question marks all over for me. And then losing a close one to KGP 46-39, just getting outbeat by a score. Yeah. I'm disappointed. And a tie with #NR. I remember that game in Laval. Yeah, they could have gone either way.
Right. 450 ballers, Mangoose are intriguing to me. They're gonna play each other this week. So what do you want to learn from one of these teams going into their last game in preparation for the knockout stage?
450 ballers who?
Against Mangoose. What do you want to learn from one thing from each team as you prepare for the knockout?
Neither of them are going to change whether they're upper bracket or lower bracket. So this game is effectively meaningless. It's just for seeding.
Right. So I want to know if Jeans the Alexis is the real deal at quarterback for Tier 1 on this team. We saw his highlights by Chris Rivet with the drone. Look good out there, in my opinion, against a tough Royam Luminaire defense. You want one more shot and one more game of reps under your belt to see if that's your answer at quarterback for the playoffs. For Mangoose, it's much of the same thing. Is can you compete and can your offense go out there and put up 40 points against a stifling defense of 450 ballers? So I think the offenses have a lot to prove here for both sides.
Yeah, I think 450 needs another game of reps for Jinsley, Primetime Alexi to get, because he is, as much as he's dominating co-ed, Div A, Tier 1, Div 1, different beast now, and those windows get tighter, and I know they missed Lazara at quarterback, and they got Jinsley, Primetime Alexi being the guy for them, but he needs those, 20 to 30 passing attempts that he'll have on the weekend against Mangoose, right? So I wanted to learn from him how he is. You're right about the maturity at that position, if he can become that guy that can make those throws. Because realistically, what it is right now is him using his athleticism, his ingenuity, and just buying himself time to find a guy to open up. And whether it's AJ Gomes or whoever it is, it's worked for them. But now you get to that point where it may not work for them, right? They'll get double status here.
Yeah.
But you cannot have that bad game. And I think for him, that's what I want to learn from him as they play Mangoose coming up. On to Tier 3. And hold up here. Killer Rays. We'll start with them right now.
Okay. What about them?
Are they in the penthouse or economy class of Tier 3?
So we're talking about condos and airlines.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is why you failed the pizza challenge.
Are they in the penthouse, first class, or are they in the economy class?
First class or business class?
I'm confused now.
Because Killer Rays are the 4th seed right now.
Are they living in the basement? I don't get it.
They're the 4th seed right
Is there
now.
a basement on a plane?
Well, penthouse.
Cargo, no?
Where's the penthouse?
You'd put people in the cargo? I don't think you're allowed.
Dogs.
Dogs, pets, yeah.
So you're calling them dogs in the bad way?
Or the
No,
good
it
way.
could be the good way. They're
Sure,
dogs.
Eagle, whatever you want.
They're dogs.
This guy's dog.
He's a dog.
It's a metaphor.
But are they in that conversation with Yusuf Hands, Idaho, and West Island boys? Or are they not in that?
I think on a good night they are. It's an interesting team. They're an at an interesting crossroads of their FPF development. They've obviously come up from Division 6, seen some success there. Struggles early on actually in their early on careers in FPF, like every team, like every flag team. Won a Division 6D championship. Moved their way up to Division 5, Division C, where they're of course rightfully so struggled, but took that experience and brought it now here to Tier 3. These three teams above them.
Like, who can they beat today?
Well, look, they're gonna play Idaho Udapimps in their this coming week, I believe, or next week. So that one's gonna be interesting. Since I'm on Idaho, who do you think wins that one?
We'll make the pick this on the picks of the week.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't.
Well,
think,
Eagle doesn't do games of the week, so Eagle, Idaho Udapimp versus Killer Race. Who wins that game?
I think Udapimps will, because I think all the advantages that Killer Rays usually have in matchups are easily countered by Idaho having the same quality of a team with a better playbook and better schemes.
see, West Island boys is who I like in this 3-horse race in the penthouse.
I think, again, on a good day, I think they can give all three of these teams a run for their money. But I just see them coming 1 or 2 points short, maybe a full possession short.
So they're not elite then. They're
very, very good. They're
So-
not.
So they're in the first row of economy where they have lake space, but not enough to get
So
to first class.
because Tier 3 is always interesting in terms of what is Tier 3. And I think the high end of Tier 3 is Div 4. And I think the low end of this Tier 3 is like Div 5A, 5B. So for them to not be in Div 4, even though they did sign up for Div 4, they're like in between 5A and 4, which doesn't exist. That's why I think it's like an interesting crossroads in their FPF careers right now. I think they're in like no man's land of like a winter season.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough then.
That's my opinion on that.
Sorry. Spots 5 through 10. Right now, 1 point separates spots 5 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna see a race for those spots, or are you confident to say that it's going to be as is from what you see with the 80s, Team Sexy, Penetrators, Joes, Panini, Mangoose, and Trap Stars in that order?
I don't know about the order, but I think those teams cement themselves as double elimination. Though
Lightwork can jump up.
Lightwork and New Diablos I don't think can do it. Just because they have one game left and they can only get a max of 8. Lightwork is the team that
Bandits could jump up there.
No,
The Bandits can get a max of 9.
I get it, but they're just it's been weird for Bandits.
Yeah.
Unless Emil Scaff turns it around, and maybe he can.
Yeah.
Not saying he can, but unlikely. Let's just say.
Right.
Lightwork faced Joe's Panini, so that's probably one that determines if there's truly a major shift in the double elimination. I still think Born in the 80s, Team Sexy, Penetrators, Paninis, Mangoose, and Trapstars are your double
So
elimination.
but in that green side, no one's moving up. They're holding in that order then.
Just by games played, Panini could make a little bit of a jump.
Right.
Maybe Penetrators as well, but that looks right to me.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but it looks right.
Speaking of paninis, do you regret your pizza choice? Would you have rather gotten a sub, or you were good with it?
No, pizza was good. Why did you not listen to Pizza's recommendation of bacon and cheese?
Because I just went with a classic.
Okay. It was good. It was like 3 layers of pepperoni on top of each other.
Was there
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super chunky.
like pepperoni?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
do.
Like do a layer and then do another layer and then do another layer.
Yeah.
How does that look? You still have more?
It was-
I
it
just want
was
to see how it
heavy.
looks.
Is there still another piece?
Yeah.
See how it looks.
It's hard to tell. You'd have to take a bite out of it.
Or lift the
No, of
cheese.
course
Lift the
not.
cheese, you'll see it.
No, I can see it now. I see. Oh, I see it now.
Whee! Here, add that to his plate of the other pizza he didn't finish.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Shut up, you idiots.
You know it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay, shut up.
It has. It's exactly an hour and a half.
Idiots.
Here I am, 4 minutes over the limit because of a delay.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
really?
this
'Cause
guy over
I'm
here,
ingesting
90.
all these carbs while you're having sugar.
All
That's-
these carbs. Did you see the fucking calorie count on that?
Oh, and now the calorie count becomes a big factor. Oh,
I
asked
hey,
for
it wasn't
it.
a big factor.
I
for
think
the
this was
bad.
2,000. To be fair, I think that was 2,000.
Yeah, it
calories.
wasn't a big factor, but
I had the
this-
same amount. I had more
this
probably, actually.
is much
You and your
more
bullshit cheese
lethal
pizza.
than your 50 candies that you had there.
My 50 candies were 35 grams of protein. I did the math.
Oh, protein over there, exactly. Hey, you know what, big boy? Next year we're gonna go 100 candies, right?
I can do 100 candies.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
just-
Mr. I couldn't finish 50 in 25 minutes.
I could finish it.
You did.
You actually did not finish it. Even if
I
we give you,
finished my pizza.
I've literally tripled the amount of time you had left, and you still haven't done it.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
You know what my hat looks like? Remember Reboot?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Reboot, and then like the thing where it was
know-
colored, of course.
You know what it looks like though. You know, because I'm a uniform nerd.
Yeah.
It looks like last year's Manchester United zebra
I don't know.
uniform. Yeah, it's what it looks like.
You're telling me a soccer team wore like referee jerseys?
Yeah, like a horizontal zebra.
Oh.
You know what it actually looks like? $20. You can buy these at the field.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, this guy asked me, selling hats? Hats, what are you talking
I
about?
Actually,
didn't say did you
can
sell
you-
any. Did anyone ask you to buy a hat?
I'm like, yeah, I came in lineups. We had lineups on the field.
Can I
for
what?
Can you lean into your camera for a bit? Just get really close. Like like
Jesus.
really close. I'm talking like uncomfortably close, so they can see your hat. Tilt.
It's not
There
a
we go.
gray, it's a green.
3,
people.
2, 1. That's what it actually looks like. So if you're interested in buying one, feel free to do it.
Yeah.
I could have just sat here. Why did I have to go up to the camera? What the hell was that?
Just because we wanted to do that to you. Okay, quickly here, guys.
The hell was that?
That was me trolling you.
Well done.
Last one here, guys.
Lean in.
Lean
I'm
in
like,
there.
yeah.
Really close.
Yeah, closer. No, closer. No, move back. Closer. Anyway, moving to the last games here. I want to circle Rico Riders and Blue Drives, my teams I'm watching out for that can make a run.
Yep. Both of those teams underperformed, in my opinion. Not a controversial one at all. They're loaded with talent. Like, not even like 1 or 2 pieces down. Like 3, 4, even 5 pieces, 5 layered stacks of talent. So, yeah,
Rico Riders
those-
playing Bebe Magic this week.
Who?
Bebe Magic.
Who?
Rico Riders.
Rico Riders.
Okay. That's a tricky game for them.
And
Blue
Blue
Dry.
Dry is playing Rude Boys.
That, again,
Yeah.
So again, Blue Dry should win that game, but the way their season has gone by, you might pick against them. We'll see later on picks game of the week.
Yeah, I think Rico Riders have a good chance to make a run. I like them now. I know I called them out in my "Show Me What You Got" segment, but which is very popular, by the way.
Yeah, I got some rave reviews about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Show me what you got. We'll do that next week for playoffs. But I think they can do it because, again, it goes back to the point. If they have that wealth of experience, which they do, it can really make a difference in the playoffs when it matters most. So, yeah, give me them to do some damage in the playoffs. All right, it is now time for...
Time for you to finish your pizza.
It's finished. 2 pieces of crust. You guys are going to...
Pizza crust.
I had 3
Pizza
little
crust.
boxes left, so yes, actually.
Okay,
Pizza crust.
In the meantime, let's just make sure we know where you're going to work off that particular pizza, and that's going to be at BuzzFit.
Hey FPF players, looking to take your fitness to the next level? BuzzFit Gyms has a special offer just for you. Join us today with no initiation costs. Get ready to score big in the gym and on the field. Visit us at BuzzFit Gyms and seize this exclusive deal now.
Make sure you seize this exclusive deal right now. But yes, it is time for Games of the Week. Mo, you ready to pick, or do you need me to stall for you for a little bit so you can swallow your crust?
Go for
Pizza crust.
I feel like I have to stall for you. I feel like you're
go.
not ready.
Go. I'm ready.
Are you really ready, though?
I'm ready.
Are you really ready?
Yes.
I don't think you are ready. I don't think you're ready for this belly jelly. How's that song go?
I don't know.
We're in week 10, right? Are we week 10 or week 9 technically?
Whatever.
No, we're week 10. We picked week 9 already. All right, we're going to go through these. Let's get this music going. We're going to start with co-ed tier 1, week 10. Deep balls, kiss my end zone.
End zone.
Can't pick it.
And the IG team, vultures.
IG.
I'll go vultures.
All right, we're going to go co-ed 2. We have balls deep and kiss my Christmas balls. Battle of the balls.
Kiss my Christmas balls.
I can't pick that one. I'm on Kiss My Christmas Balls.
Free agents no more. At least we tried.
I'll go. At least we tried.
At least you tried.
Sub-Zero, what you doing, Step Bros?
Sub-Zero.
You picked Step Bros during the show. I'm
I
going
know.
Sub-Zero too.
No, I did.
Y&Y, at least we tried.
I'll go Y and Y.
Yeah, I'll go Y&Y. 1 point victory.
And Tigres, Predators.
I'm gonna go Preds.
You also said Tigres during the show. What is this?
I
I'll
know.
go Tigres.
Shame, Mo. Shame.
He doesn't remember.
Yeah, he doesn't remember.
He's in a pizza coma that he failed.
Tier 2, the infantry, still CRA.
Infantry.
Yeah, infantry.
That's what she said. The Stoics.
Stoics.
I'll go Stoics.
Beer Belly Brigade, Easy W.
Easy W.
I'll go easy W. 1 point victory.
Junkyard Dogs, the infantry.
Infantry.
Infantry, but it's a trap game.
And Voodoo Diamond Bougie.
I'm gonna go Dime Bougie.
Dime and bougie.
All right, we got tier 4, Toon Squad, Ramfins.
I'm gonna go Ramfins.
I'll go Ram Fang.
Meat Lovers, Pasta Arabiat.
Pass it, boys.
I'll go pasta because Mo can't finish his meat lovers pizza.
Megaron, Salts, and a Peppa.
Megaron.
Megaron.
Hooday, Save the Turtles.
I'm gonna go Save the Turtles.
STT.
Win Diesel, Chat Rats.
Win Diesel.
Win Diesel.
Super Troopers, Cookie Monsters.
Troopers.
I'll go Cookie Monsters, actually.
All right, women's tier, last game, X and X, Red Bulls.
I'm gonna go X and X.
Oh, so now you're talking consistency. X and X.
Then we have tier 1, Royaume Luminaire and Blessed.
Luminaire.
I'll go Blessed.
Maroons 2.0, Run It Once.
Maroons.
Maroons 2.0.
Mangoose 450 Ballers.
I'm gonna go 450.
I go Mangoose on that one.
And Never Overtime, Maroons 2.0.
Maroons 2.0.
Maroons 2.0.
And then our last division will be tier 3, Wide Open Bar, In and Out.
But open.
Wide open bar.
Bleu Dry, The Rude Boys.
I'm gonna go Blue Dry.
BD.
Trap Stars, West Island Knights.
Trap Stars.
Trap Stars.
Bébé Dragon Magique, Rico Riders.
Rico.
I'll go Bébé Dragon Magique.
Griff Nation, West Island Knights.
Griff Nation.
I'll go Griff Nation too.
Born in the 80s, Illegal Use of Hands.
Illegal use fans.
Legal use.
Bandits, Joe's Panini.
I'm gonna go Joe's Panini.
Joe's.
Killer Rays, Idaho Utapimps.
Idaho.
Can't pick it.
Joe's Panini, Lightwork.
Panini.
I'll go Panini.
And the Predators, Mangoose.
No, not the Predators. What is this?
Penetrators, I'm sorry.
Penetrators.
You screwed the last one.
Yeah.
I'll go Penetrators.
I got a message from Pease, so I was like, oh, I see if I can squeeze him in here, but it's not gonna
Did
work.
he fail? Did he talk about Mo failing?
He was gonna try and get a clip for us, but he doesn't have it ready
too
in
late.
time.
All good. Magic words, please.
Good night,
Mike, Josh McDaniels.
Good night, Dave Ziegler.
Good night, David Pereira. You suck at pizza challenges.
Put the place up, yeah we know what we